Hello, 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 Sir Parts Online subscribers. Welcome po sa ating As Sir Parts Show. Today, February 16, 2021, every 8:30 p.m., we are going to have our As Sir Parts Show. Thank you very much for our 1 million subscribers in the house. Today we're going to have the English version of Ask Sir Parch show. And since we don't have questions yet, we're going to have our book review. So we might be asking that we are very busy with our lives. So how can we simplify our hectic life? And this book will answer to that question. So this book titled Simplify Your Hectic Life, authored by Annie Chapman with Maureen Rank. So we're going to have a book review of this. So this is copyright in the year 1992 by Annie Chapman, and it is produced by the Lighthouse Inspirational Books and Gifts Incorporated in Manila, Philippines, way back 2011. And we're going to look for the author's bio. I could not see the information about the author at the end. Usually, the information about the author of a book can be found at the back. But in this book, I could not see the about the author. Okay, so let's proceed with the title. The title is Simplify Your Hectic Life. The author is Annie Chapman with Maureen Rank. The author dedicates this book to the three men in my life who have taught me that being a woman is a tremendous honor. To my dad, Nay Williamson, who showed me what the Heavenly Father is like. To Steve, my husband, who makes me want to be what he thinks I already am. To Nathan, my son, who gives me hope for the future and a glorious benediction to the past. Oh, here is this is somewhat something new to us because the about the author can be found at the at the front page of the book. So Annie Chapman and her husband Steve have been ministering to families across the nation since 1981. Award-winning musicians as well as authors. So they are musicians as well as authors. Their unique message to couples combines their musical gifts with marriage enrichment. Their most recent books are Married Lovers, Married Friends, Running on Empty and Looking for the Nearest Exit, and What Husbands and Wives Are Not Telling Each Other. The Chapmans have two married children and live near Nashville, Tennessee. And then Maureen Rank has authored or co-authored 12 books, including Free to Grieve. She is a former executive director of the Iowa Psychological Association and is a leadership and organizational consultant. Her books have been published in 5 languages with combined sales totaling nearly 500,000 copies. Maureen, mother of two, makes her home in Des Moines, Iowa. So, what are the contents on this book? So, we have the contents. Chapter 1, When the Plates Won't All Stay Spinning. Very The title is very catchy. The number two, partnership, passion, and priorities. Number three, mothering without smothering. Number four, circles of influence. Number five, guilt as enemy and friend. Number six, guess who's coming to dinner? Number seven, for bitter or better. This is very catchy. I like this one, for bitter or better. Number eight, why I hate the Proverbs 31 woman. Number nine, the contest no one wins. This is also very catchy. The contest no one wins. Number 10, lifting just one finger for God. Number 11, finishing the race with your torch still lit. Number 12, changing the world with a wooden spoon. So, those are very nice topics on this particular book titled Simplify Your Hectic Life. And we're going to look some points here on the book before anyone would drop their question in the chat box. Thank you very much for our million viewers out there. I hope you type the question so that we could answer that. Today is the first show in Answer Part Show wherein we're going to have the English version. So we are going to cater all the people around the world. Okay, so it's supposed to have, we have four, but I guess when they came here and see us speaking English, they might get away. But it's just okay because that's the intention of Sir Parts Online as Sir Parts Show to have an English version of the show so that our friends from other countries can participate and we could also help them with regards to our answers to their questions about life. This is very, very important here. I'm going to get some point here about sex in page 28 of the book, Growing in Passion. How thankful I am that when God thought of marriage, He decided to add sex to the mix. It's a beautiful bonding element that only He, in His creativity and love, could have designed. But sex was not created. But sex was not created simply for pleasure. God also gave it as a way that women can minister to their husbands, a way no one else on earth is able to. So in Proverbs chapter 5, verse 18 to 19, Solomon counsels his son, rejoice in the wife of your youth. Be accelerated always with her love. Furthermore, according to the author, although this instruction is God's command to men, I take it as a challenge to me as well. As the years go on, I want to continue to offer a pleasant appearance and a tender embrace so that rejoicing in the wife of his youth is not a chore for my husband. Um, that's it. You could have that information. Then the pages, number of pages, there are 159 pages. And I bought this in National Bookstore. Let's try to see some information about This one, for better or better. There's a story here. 8 years ago, the largest and most luxurious ocean liner ever built set out on her maiden voyage. And you know what's that? Dignitaries smashed champagne bottles against her hull. English crowds cheered, and newspapers trumpeted the launching of the ship that couldn't go down. 11 days later, the Titanic lay at the bottom of the Atlantic. The sea of life seems with icebergs just waiting to sink our ship. Sometimes those who seem as unsinkable as the Titanic are lost. Others run into the same obstacles yet manage to steam safely into the harbor. I believe the difference is one of attitude.